Conclusion. Abdur Rahman Hassan's claim misrepresents the Salaf.
When we're talking about the names and attributes of Allah, I'm really talking about the kind of attributes that are relevant here are the things like Allah having hands, Allah having a shin, Allah having legs, a face, all of these kind of things. And obviously the claim here is that these are attributes that we also have as human beings, and therefore there's anthropomorphism happening here, where you are actually likening Allah to His creation.
The reason is because the zahir, the apparent meaning, it has in it tashbih.
Yeah, automatically.
Yeah, just look at it like that.
You can't strip it out of that.
Like in Allah's names and attributes, they don't have
Majaz.
They're zahir, they're upon the apparent. Literally affirm it the way that we affirm it.
It was known at the time that it couldn't have mean yed, could not mean yed literally upon the zahir. It was known at the time. We have other ayat that tell you that laysa kamithlihi shay. Allah is not like anything. So, for example, if you say yed, the companions know that we can't affirm a hand for Allah. Because why do we need a hand? It's to use it to do something. Allah doesn't need things. Allah doesn't need a hand.
Yeah, but this is where my argument is. You're comparing Allah to the creation automatically by saying that the reason for Allah's hand is the haja for it.
The word yed does that automatically.
But it doesn't.
Upon the zahir it does. No. If you want to make ta'wil, then it doesn't.
I mean, whatever you say about yed can be said about any of the characteristics you affirmed.
No, there is a difference.
How? Kayf?
ما لكم كيف تحكمون? What is wrong with you? How do you judge? You think it's the same to negate the literal meaning of hand, meaning a limb. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't have limbs. He doesn't have body parts. As all the Imams clearly and explicitly said, would necessitate having to negate the literal meaning of his life, or his existence, or his power, or his hearing, or his sight. These things don't imply that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a body. Allah's hearing is everywhere. He hears the highest creaking in the skies, and he hears the ant walking on the rock. So that's not from the apparatus of the sound reflecting off the earth and bouncing up and going into space. It's some other type of meaning.
Abdur Rahman argues the Salaf affirmed literal meanings for attributes like hand. However, classical sources explicitly reject this. The Salaf stance was textual affirmation without literalism, whereas Abdur Rahman's view conflates affirmation with anthropomorphism. Conclusion. Abdur Rahman Hassan's claim misrepresents the Salaf.
So when the Salaf was saying, يعني أمروها كما جاءت, يعني بلا كيف ولا معنى ولا تفسير. All of these are transmitted from the Salaf sahihan. Let's look at the word أمروها كما جاءت.
Okay.
First of all, what does the word al-imrar mean? It means al-ithbat. It's to affirm.
Is there another meaning for it?
That's the meaning.
Just to pass by. Is that a meaning or not?
No, here it means...
No, not here. Is that a meaning in the Arabic language, just to pass by?
I don't know it like that.
No?
And it means al-ithbat. It's to affirm something.
The Arabic word imrar in this context does not linguistically mean affirmation, but rather to let pass or to allow through. Abdur Rahman Hassan claims that imrar in this phrase means affirmation. He is changing the intended meaning and adding from himself. The intent of the phrase is to accept the wording and recite it as it is, without explanation or interpretation, and without affirming a specific modality or likening it to creation.
So you're saying the statement is affirm them.
To affirm these words.
Affirm these words. Affirm the words or the meaning. That's where the khilaf comes. You're just projecting your belief on their statements.
No, I'm not. Wallahi. No,
you go further. You go further. You actually said it means the apparent. You affirm the zahir.
Okay, no, he doesn't.
You've given a tafsir.
And Sufyan ibn Uyayna's statement you brought, which is...
just say it in English so the viewers can kind of keep up.
He said everything Allah described himself, subhanahu wa ta'ala, his self, or his kitab, the tafsir for it is reciting it.
Just reciting it.
And he said, وَالسُّكُوتُ عَنَا, to be silent about it.
So he didn't say affirm the meaning. That's very important.
What do you mean?
He never said the tafsir is affirming the zahir meaning. He never said. He said just recite the word. The statement you literally just said is a bigger proof against you. He just said what we do with these kind of verses is we recite them and we stay silent.
I'm saying yes.
That's what the mufawwid does.
No.
It is.
No, you don't.
Just recite it.
No,
you go further. You go further. You actually said it means the apparent. You affirm the zahir.
Okay, no, he doesn't.
You've given a tafsir.
No,
do you see what I'm saying? How I'm using your argument against you?
Yeah, I'd see. Mashallah, your point. It's a good point. To be honest, it's a very good point.
So if Abdur Rahman Hassan is misrepresenting the Salaf, then what did they say? Here we have Tafsir Ibn Kathir. He says the way of the Salaf is what? هو إمرارها كما جاءت. Pass by it like it came. من غير تكييف, without saying how it is. ولا تشبيه, and without liking Allah to His creation. ولا تعطيل, and without negating Allah's attributes. والظاهر, and the literal meaning. المتبادر, that appears. إلى أذهان, to the minds. المشبهين, of those who liken Allah to creation. Munafi anillahi ta'ala, is negated from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ibn Hajar Asqalani in Fathul Bari, what does he say? Istadillu bihi man athbatul jihah. It is used as evidence for the one who wants to affirm a jihah, a direction for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَقَالَ هِيَ جِهَةُ الْأُلُولِ, and they say that is the direction of being above. وَأَنْكَرُ ذَلِكَ الْجَمْهُورِ, and the jamhur, the vast majority of Muslims, have disliked this statement. لِأَنَّ قَوْلُ بِذَلِكَ يُفْتِي إِلَى التَّحَيُّزِ, because that speech, يُفْتِي إِلَى التَّحَيُّزِ, gives the perception Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is contained inside His creation. وَتَعَالَى اللَّهُ عَنْ ذَلِكَ, and Allah is well transcendent and above that. وَقَدْ اِخْتَلِفُوا فِي مَعْنَى النُّزُولِ عَلَى الْأَقْوَالِ, and indeed there's so many words about what Allah's nuzul, His descension, means. فَمِنْهُمْ, and from them, مَنْ حَمَلَهُ, are those who carry it, عَلَى ظَاهِرِهِ, on its literal, وَحَقِيقَتِهِ, and apparent meaning. وَهُمْ, and who are they? الْمُتَشَابِهَ, those who liken Allah to His creation. And what does Imam Bayhaqi say in Asma al-Sifat? He says, نافي المكان عنه بقول النبي, that makan, a place, is negated from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's speech. Anta dhahir, O Allah, you are the uppermost. فَلَيْسَ فَوْقَكَ شَيْء, there's nothing above you. وَأَنْتَ الْبَاطِن, and you are the lowermost. فَلَيْسَ دُونَكَ شَيْء, and there's nothing below you. وَإِذَا لَمْ يَكُنْ فَوْقَهُ شَيْء, and if nothing exists above Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَلَا دُونَهُ شَيْء, and nothing exists below Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, لَمْ يَكُنْ فِي مَكَان, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cannot exist in a place. What does Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal say about this? He says, إِنَّ لِلَّهِ تَعَالَى يَدَيْنِ, indeed for Allah is two hands. وَهُمَا صِفَّةٌ فِي ذَاتِهِ, those are two attributes that are connected to Allah's self. لَسْتَ مِنْ جَارِحَتَيْن, they're not two limbs. وَلَسْتَ بِمُرَاقَبَتَيْن, they're not two things that are built one thing upon the other. وَلَا جِسْم, and they're not a body. وَلَا جِنْس مِنَ الْأَجْسَامِ, and they're nothing from the species of something that can be called bodies. Allahu Akbar. So you can see how Abdur Rahman Hassan is clearly and explicitly misrepresenting the Imams of Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah to the Ummah. Allahu Akbar. Assalamu alaikum.